Okay, so let's do a review of TexasScaregrounds.com haunted house marketing website, event center, all of that. We follow each other on TikTok, and they mentioned in the comments, hey, what would you do for a haunted house? So let's run through what they're doing, marketing in a little while. Now, if I'm a little hard on you, please understand I know what it's like being a entrepreneur, bootstrapping it, trying to build from the bottom up. So it's not meant to offend you. I understand you're probably limited in certain areas, but it's just to challenge you and to point out, right? We got to have thick skin. We're going to be entrepreneurs. So why would you care about this if you don't run a haunted house or an event center? Because I always say there's a lot of things that you can learn from watching other verticals, how they market. Because normally everybody in your vertical is doing the same thing. So it makes competition a little bit deeper. But if the haunted houses maybe looked at retail or churches or radio stations or something else that's B2C, they might be able to steal or copy some ideas and make them their own that their competitors aren't doing. So let's just jump into this real quick. One of the first things I noticed as soon as I landed on here is if I go over, if you guys can see this, and we go up to, this is the Facebook Pixel Helper, and I click on that, there are no pixels found on this website. So they have Facebook pages, but there's no Facebook pixel, which means they're not tracking any data. And that's super important, especially if you've got a following at all on Facebook or you want to build one on Facebook. Also, to the same degree, it is right here. This is your Google Tag Analyzer. And again, you see nothing found on Texas Scaregrounds. So there's no pixels whatsoever. There's no tracking of clips or data in here that we're trying to see where our traffic comes from, what they're looking at, how long they stay, any of that information. So, in fact, you know what? Let's scroll through it. You can text, and there's not even an email collection. So as a business owner, let me present it to you like this. If this was a retail business and you had a storefront or in the shopping mall and people walked in, or your restaurant, and you didn't ask them any questions, you didn't get any information from them. In fact, you didn't even know they were there because you were in the back in the kitchen or in the stock room reorganizing the shoes on the shelf. You didn't even know they came. Somebody may have told you when you come out, hey, there were some customers in your store earlier. Oh, well, I didn't see them. You don't know if they were old, if they were young, if they were fat, if they were skinny, if they were black, white, Latino. You know nothing about them. And you didn't even really know they were there till later. So it does you no good, right? That's the same thing. When you don't put pixels on your website, when you don't put any type of tracking of data, then really you're letting people come into your storefront and you're not telling them what the specials are. You're not telling them what's on sale. You're not saying, hey, welcome, we're so glad to have you. You're not even figuring out who's the kind of people that feel attracted enough by your storefront to come into it and browse around. I mean, you're getting nothing. You get my point. I'm beating it to death, right? You got to get that done. You got to put those things on, and that's a simple fix. Second of all, I would recommend the website just needs an overhaul. It's really not that expensive to do. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. This is if you're doing this, or it's your brother doing this, or your niece or something. I'm not offending at all. I just think it needs a definite overhaul, better appearance, and even the logo, right? This logo here, not a fan of it really at all. I get what you're trying to do. Longhorn, skulls, kind of scary, Texas. Barbed wire's kind of Texas-y, country, I'm guessing. I'm not sure why this isn't opening, but just not a fan of this overall. Now here's something else just leapt out of me. Look at this. Written on September 11th, 2019. So I'm scrolling through your website. I get here, 2011, or September 11th, 2019. This site's not updated. This company may not be in business anymore. Nobody's writing anything for over a year and a half on here. I'm definitely not going to come down and start reading this and realize that possibly January 23rd, and I'm guessing maybe of 2021, this year, there was an event. Because when I saw this, I bailed out. I'm like, they don't even keep this thing up to site. And it looks dated by the design, everything. Hopefully it's mobile friendly when we look at the website, but this really needs an overhaul. How hard is it? How cheap is it? Man, let me show you something real quick. I did this literally in a matter of a few minutes by grabbing hold of a licensed, but I threw this together, right? So, and I'm not saying use this as your logo. I'm just saying I'm not a graphic designer, and look how quick and easy I did this. But I threw this little logo together, and so we got, let me back it out, Texas Scaregrounds, and we've got the zombie scary clown, right? It's something that freaks me out. And we put the Longhorns on it, so it's kind of got a Texas feel. And then we go haunted house plus event venue. Now we can use some type of logo like this. Man, we stick it on shirts and hoodies and jackets. It really stands out and grabs people, makes you pay attention. It's, oh, you know, you want to look at that. Then on the flip side, since we're on the shirt, this is part of the marketing. You could then, again, I'm not a graphic designer. I didn't line all these up in a great way. I'm just giving you a high view idea of maybe something you could do. So then, you know, on the back of the t-shirts or the hoodies or the jackets, you know, you put your name, you say you're a haunted hospital, an event center, paranormal investigations, Airbnb, anything else you want to do with it, you put your number to text. I saw that your town, Mineral Wells, has something to do with crazy or crazy water, home of crazy. There was a big sign I saw hanging out front when I did a little bit of research. So maybe if there's no copyright, trademark issues, or you get permission, whatever, you can put home of crazy or craziest town in Texas, whatever you guys refer to yourself as, and you put your address. And then best haunted attraction in Texas, I saw you had that in one place as well. So that's just kind of an idea how you can, you know, really utilize getting that logo up to date, getting it clean and crisp and scary and Texas-y. And again, this may not be the best idea, and you guys may kill me in the comments on how horrible this is. But I'm a marketer, not a graphic designer. I get the high view. I don't do the detail stuff. But I just want to get you thinking about that, give you the idea there. So next we jump over and we look at the Facebook pages. So this frustrated me, and to be honest with you, so I've got Texas Scaregrounds, and it's updated January 29th, so last month. It's got Chaos Haunted House. It's got the address. You got 3,000 people that like it, follow it. That's great, almost 4,000. It's got the website and the phone number. I like all that. Then I come over and I've got Texas Scaregrounds, All Treats, No Tricks with a different name, but it's your logo. So only a few people follow this, but also updated with something on January 29th. I think it's got the same phone number, address. Then I go over to Texas Scaregrounds, Nazareth Hospital. We've got the same logo. Again, it was updated on January 29th. 1,200 people follow this. Same phone number, same website. And I'm not kidding you. We've got a fourth Facebook page that's just the Nazareth Event Center. And I understand you're probably separating that from the haunted house. Same website, same phone number, etc. And again, updated in January. So I would consolidate this, right? You're spreading yourself thin. You're confusing people. You've got too many things going on. I understand you want to separate maybe several different things you're using the building for, but don't combine them. There's better ways to communicate it on one page, and start with one. So you really want to drive home anything that has to do with the haunted house in October, maybe, or paranormal stuff. And focus on that, and then you can bleed out the information about, hey, we're also an event center. But people figure that out when you put on events throughout the year, right? There's just better ways to communicate that. So I would definitely focus on combining these pages together. Just have one person, whoever's one page, and one, you know, for the one person who's running your social media, it would be a lot easier for them and the customers, the consumers, the fans of this, the followers, to have one place to go to. It gets confusing like this. You got the idea. Okay, also with the Facebook pages, this is great. If you guys ever want to know, you can go look at other haunted house pages, right? This is key. Look at your competitors. Look at somebody else in another state that you know is doing really well with haunted houses or paranormal activities, whatever your thing is, your gig. Go to page transparency. Then if you hit the see all button, you can go to the ad library, and you can actually see the ads that the people are running right here. And it gives you ideas of how you might be finding, might be able to do ads. None of your pages looks like have ever ran ads, which is a crime, but I know it probably goes back to bootstrapping budget, or maybe you lack the knowledge, the know-how. But you should be running ads, definitely. I'm gonna talk about that in a second with a video, but you know, it's pretty easy to pick up and learn, or to outsource, hire out with some good looking guy like me, or you know, figure out how to do it yourself and then go look what your competitors are doing, especially if they've got an ad that you see has a lot of activity on it, a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of shares, or they've been running it since 2018, then you know it's probably having a lot of success. And you just kind of make it your own, copy it there. So it doesn't look like we're tracking any data. Also doesn't look like we're running any ads, which is great because you don't want to run ads and then not track the data. That's the worst. That's really the pissing money away. Sorry for putting it that way. But that you definitely want to do that. Start running some ads to track the data. And get this, because if you have that pixel on your website and you're running videos, for example, this is what's really important. And you get over the course from now till September, right? You get 10,000, 20,000 people to come to your page, interact with your ads, to watch the videos, even you know, 15 seconds of the video or anything like that. That is a warm lead now. They have been to your site for some reason. They were curious. They looked, so they're probably into this one way or another. Now you can run ads again to them when it's launch season, when you have a new event, and they are warm leads. So your cost of the advertisement goes down because you have higher engagement, more organic reach, and it's just people you already know are interested. And you can run those ads very local because you're a local business. To draw people in from the mineral wells, and I think you're outside of Dallas, that whole area, as far as you want to go out. You want to go out 5 miles, certain zip codes, certain counties, 100 miles. If you got, you know, the haunted house alive is worth the drive. So that all depends on you and your customer base, but I definitely would start looking into that. Speaking of ads and videos, you know what? Let's stay on this a minute. I want to make sure I drive this home, how easy this is. Creativity is forgetting where you plagiarized it from. Let me get my mic closer. Not sure if you guys are hearing my deep, sultry voice. So anyhow, come over, just Google search Facebook Ads Library. Click on that. This will pop up. We go in here. We search for haunted house. You start seeing all these ads about haunted houses coming up. Haunted houses, and you start getting these ads coming up, and then you can search by the advertiser and kind of scroll through them. Michigan, Texas, it might be a competitor of yours. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and I found one I already pulled up for you to see. Then it gives you the page transparency, shows you how much they spend on some different stuff. But if we go down here and look, now see, this might, I mean, they got a pretty good page, tens of thousands of followers, couple ads here, launched January, launched February. So this is a new ad they've got going. So let's look at the ad details here. Shows you how much they've spent, what kind of reach they're getting, the activity. This might give you an idea for an event, an alternative to date night, right? February 14th. I think I saw you were doing something like that. They're running a video. Can you get any ideas from the video? You can look down here, 33,000 on Facebook, 4,000 on Instagram. Pretty good. Sorry, had a little disconnect there. Let's restart that. Little slow start.
Hold up, wait a minute, baby. Nate decided to put a little peach in it.
You all will lose.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's somebody I don't know. Not a big fan of the commercial, but I'm a big fan of the attempt, right? They're doing something very personalized to them, and they're attempting. So that's a great idea. And I mean, come on. They're doing pretty well here. We've already kind of talked about that. You can come over here too. I mean, take a look at this. You can see that You know, they're really hitting it big with women in the 35 to 45 market. So maybe you run 2 ads, and you run one focused at this age demographic, and you make the video or the conversation in the video about women talk your guys into taking on this kind of date or whatever. But there's definitely ways to do this better, but really nice to see them doing that. That being said, now that you know how to kind of look in there, this, I think it's that, where did I see the video? This video. Let's take a look at this real quick. Not this video that I was looking for. I have to edit this out. Oh, that's not bad. Let's keep that going. I would have started with that. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You got 3 seconds, 1 to 3 seconds now on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook. 1 to 3 seconds to make somebody say, "Oh wow, I want to watch this. I want to continue on with this video." You should have this video should have started more here. Then pulled away from the hospital or the haunting place. That's kind of terrifying. That's kind of creepy and weird. I want to know what this is about. Right? If that pops up on my screen. Oh yeah, I like that. That wasn't the video I was looking for, but that's great. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here it is. I found it. This is really good. I mean, this is local, Mineral Wells. The music's perfect. This stuff is great. I love it. It feels like a commercial for one of the sci-fi or travel channels, new paranormal. Now, just my thought. Have you ever watched those videos? Your friends like, "Hey, watch this," and you're trying to see this thing go through this pattern and all that, and then they have the thing jump out at you. That may be like what I would do here. Right there, boom, have that thing just jump out. So what happens is, if you can really time that and make it work, and you really get a reaction from people, "Oh crap, why would you do that to me?" Kind of, haha. Now what are they going to do? They're going to send it to their friends. "Hey, did you see this local haunted house? Really pay attention to it. It looks scary." So then your friends sitting there looking, right? It gets organic share. It's great. Then you finish off with this right here. Now, here's the other piece to this. Very well done. And then you could, bam, call it an end of the day right here. Okay? But instead, this. No one really wants to stay through all this. So, okay, so kind of at that point, now it drags on for up to 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes, telling different stories, right? You're telling something about this place has strange smells and wheelchair squeaks, and then there's another piece that says that you guys have caught orbs, and then there's a chair that moves, and then there's footsteps that go up and down, full body apparitions, books fly off the shelf, right? So you got all these things going on. These are all different stories though. So what you need is 10 15-second, 30-second, 1-minute videos. Forget this 4-minute video. Don't do anything like that. I mean, do some 15 seconds that you can repurpose on TikTok and Instagram. Do some 30 seconds. You start getting beyond that, you better have a heck of a story, something funny, scary, to keep somebody engaged online nowadays, right? You got just a matter of seconds to impress them. So come out the gate, give them something really great, and then tell a little story. So all of these I might break down into weird little stories. So have somebody standing here and have them with a really weird prop, really weird background, or the scary makeup on, or something like that. And then, then you say, Mineral Wells, Texas. Do you even know what an orb is? And then you explain what an orb is. And you start showing this footage as the voiceover is saying, we've actually captured orbs in this place, and it's been authenticated by paranormal investigators. All these other haunted houses call themselves haunted houses, but we are truly a haunted hospital with real orbs. Check us out, kind of deal, right? See where I'm going with that? This is all shooting from the hip. I haven't put any thought into it, but you know your language better, you know your customers better, you know your jargon better. So if you get with a good marketer, or you yourselves as a team brainstorm, you could really make this better and go a lot deeper. But prop, so videos, let's talk about this, let's dig into this. I'm giving you guys gold right here. Props are huge. The first few seconds of an interview are huge. So costume or holding an axe or something that makes people stop and go, what the heck? The background is super important. So make sure that you're in these different rooms, or you're near that wheelchair or something while you're kind of telling the story. And then tracking your data. So I won't keep jumping all around. Let's just keep moving on until I'm getting excited about this. And I think this is the last thing I will say about video, but up here, you can do a video banner. I don't know if this fits mobile, but we can't even really see what's going on here. Can't see your logo. Okay, but you could actually put a really good banner right here, a video banner. So have the video kind of running, something really scary music, that type of stuff. You guys are doing really well at this, but I know that the haunted house industry, I used to work, can you believe when I was in college, I was a security guard at a haunted house when everybody still paid cash, and I was part of dragging those tens of thousands of dollars out of there every night, like $30,000. So I know these things can boom on a weekend, on a night in October and stuff. But something as your marketer, I would also consider, man, how do we turn this into a year-round thing? You already are onto that, right? Because I know you're having the paranormal investigations. I saw that. Looked like you had a dance going on there, which is great. So keep building on that and calling yourself an event center. Because that way you can make money year-round, right? So some other ideas, the ghost hunting. Do the experiences, also do classes where you teach on it, maybe certify on it. Could you create a certification? Is there a certification organization out there that you could partner with and follow an exact curriculum, and people can get real ghost paranormal investigator certificates? That type of stuff would be really cool. It's an event center, can you host dark music? Holy cow, this is going on. It's an event center. Can you do dark music? Can you do concerts? Anything like that? On the t-shirt, you may have saw on the back of the hoodie, I put Airbnb. Can you charge to have people stay in a haunted house overnight as an Airbnb and list it on Airbnb? Get really good rates, insurance-wise and all that. I don't know about, but that's something I would dig into. I also would pick some people who are easily terrified walking through a haunted house, the girls that scream and all that stuff, and then put some go cams and stuff in there, and then film them on the night they stay there. Have somebody come stay free the first night and film them screaming, having experiences and all that, and then use those as little clips that show, this couple thought they could come stay in our Airbnb overnight, and they didn't believe it was haunted, but they didn't make it the whole night. At 3:37 p.m. they were so overwhelmed and in shock, we called paramedics to come take them out, kind of deal. So Airbnb. Comedy night, dark humor night. Could you turn it into a comedy club on certain nights? Comic book convention, psychic fair, classic cult film night where people come in and do a screening of a film, or indie film night. You're doing the Valentine's dance, I think. I thought that was brilliant. The Walking Dead premiere or watch party, something like that with your zombies. So that's it. That was some ideas just off the cuff for you guys. I can't believe how long this video went, but I hope you found it helpful. If you have a business that you would like me to give some ideas on marketing, branding, and those type of things, or critique your website, Facebook pages, holler at me, let me know, leave it in the comments. I won't be able to get to everybody, but I sure will try to get to you. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and somebody will fly me out to Texas to see this haunted house and help them some more. Appreciate you guys. So I was just editing the video and I found one more thing out. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't miss this. But if I go to a Dallas map and look, I've got Mineral Wells included in here, and I type in Texas Scaregrounds, you guys aren't even showing up. Like, I'm baffled. You have, and then I thought, this can't be right. So I just Googled your name. Your Facebook stuff shows up somewhere. I think that's you guys. Yeah, Mineral Wells. But look over here. You don't show up in the Google My Business. You've got to get that fixed ASAP. That's the very first thing. You've got to get a good GMB, Google My Business site up and going. People are going to be on their cell phones, especially come October, and say, haunted house near me. What's the best haunted house? All those things, you're not even going to populate in those choices. You want to be in that Google My Business. You need to work on postings in there, pictures in there, geotag. That's a whole nother video. Geotagged photos, getting reviews on there from employees, from patrons, from people who held events there, from the whole nine. That's got to be one of the most important things that you guys start working on right now before the fall season comes back around for you. I mean, start now, because it takes a while for that to build up. But I highly want to encourage you to jump on that. So I'm glad I didn't miss that.